who are the toughest wrestlers in pro wrestling? You know, we're not just talking about guys on camera. We're talking about who would win in a fight, a real-life fight between the two. We came up with 8 of the toughest names. We seeded them. And so we asked you to vote at cbsdc.com, at fourthandpain.com, and on the CBS Man Cave. Who are the toughest wrestlers? Who would win in a real-life fight between these guys? And so we came up with these 8 names. Brock Lesnar, Ken Shamrock, Kurt Angle, Rampage Jackson, Floyd Money Mayweather. He was in WrestleMania 24. Rampage Jackson just recently signed a deal with Impact Wrestling. Andre the Giant, Jack Swagger, and Batista, all on the list. We seeded them 1 through 8, put it up tournament style, ask you to vote. And so here are the results. Who would win in a real-life fight between Brock Lesnar, our 1 seed, and Batista, our 8 seed? Overwhelmingly, you said the former UFC champion and current WWE superstar, Brock Lesnar. 85% of you sided with Brock Lesnar. Ken Shamrock, equally as dominant against Jack Swagger, the all-American American who was himself a champion wrestler in high school and college. But 82% of you say, hey, go with the guy with the UFC background. 82% Ken Shamrock. Kurt Angle, your 3 seed, Olympic gold medalist. This one was close. I love this one. 52% of you say Kurt Angle could beat Andre the Giant in a real-life fight. I'm not so sold on this. I know Kurt Angle's a badass, but I'm not altogether sold on this. But you know what? 52% of you, the majority, say he would have enough in his tank to beat Andre the Giant in a fight in real life. So he advances in the tournament just as Rampage Jackson did against Floyd Mayweather. Interesting. Everybody with UFC or MMA experience, save Kurt Angle, advances here. Rampage Jackson 67% to Floyd Mayweather's 33%. So that sets up the semifinals, and we encourage you to vote at fourthandpain.com, cbsdc.com, aka 1067thefandc.com. I only know that because, well, I write on that website for a living. So go cast your vote now. The semifinal round, Brock Lesnar, our 1 seed, going up against Rampage Jackson, our 4 seed. Ken Shamrock at number 2. He's taking on Kurt Angle in the semifinals. You want to talk about some dream fights? This is a hell of a pay-per-view, in my opinion. You can't tell me, if you go back to the old school UFC where they would plow through a tournament and one night guys would fight multiple fights in the same night, you can't tell me that you wouldn't pay $60, $70, $80, even $100 to see these 4 matches. Brock Lesnar versus Rampage Jackson. Ken Shamrock versus Kurt Angle. Alone. That's delicious. Even if you say, oh, wrestling's fake. We're talking about real fights, ladies and gentlemen. Want to know who you think would win? Brock Lesnar versus Rampage Jackson. Ken Shamrock versus Kurt Angle. Tweet us at 4thandpain. More importantly, head over to fourthandpain.com or cbsdc.com or the CBS Man Cave and cast your vote.